the last week of Black History Month. So I gotta go a little bit hard. Oh no, I'm not playing nobody on. No, I'm going hard.
Negativity, bet they picking me every day. Why niggas run out my crushing my 5 grapes? A good space, frame of mind till y'all came.
It's Monday morning.
They say it's an Stevie Wonder had a vision problem. Listen, wonder my 2020s can't see tomorrow. He 20 something, Miss Block is jumping like Vietnam.
Y'all ready to get lit?
Ain't no hope for a young nigga. Ain't no hope for a young nigga.
Let's go. You know the song, right?
I sling hyperboles at a warp speed. Usain Bolt running from ready, set, bang, go. Third album of fate, nothing to bank on.
I got more. You can hear us? Make sure everybody can listen to us. You gotta make sure all our cameras going, be setting everything up. Because we about to go off, man. Go hard this one.
On my way to Bootsy Bello with hella the hoes. Trying to
Wale
think what
got
I'm
him.
telling when they get
Wale
alone.
got him, yup.
I'm a glutton for women I shouldn't
got him
yearn
all.
for. Shouldn't be
You got
tempted,
him
but
all.
baby, I like to hurt. Or maybe because I was
No,
searching,
I
I
ain't.
found me the perfect person, but being hurt
You
didn't
get
work.
into
I see
it.
buried what you work for.
We get into
And
it.
I
We
carry
getting
the
ready to get
bitterness
into
of a
all
cooler
the shit.
nut.
We got mad
Jerry
topics.
shit, my parents never showed much. Womanizer probably could have been
Well, I'm not ready to I'm gonna get all the Black History shit going off before we start. I want to make sure everybody to get it. So we in SeaWorld Radio, Scott's Crescent. We want some air horns. This shit about to go off. Here it comes.
It's our favorite black businesses. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yeah. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yo, look.
Turn up my snare. Turn up my snare.
You get ready to go off?
Nah, we can't.
You ready to go off?
We can't.
You not ready to go off, bro?
The entire episode is getting cut.
Yeah, I know.
We didn't say shit.
I was just gonna have all music going.
Switch mic.
I was just gonna play music going nuts.
Why?
Because I have mad songs that I want to throw on for the end of Black History Month. I mean, there'll be another one. But I want to make sure we go out on a big note.
You make it sound like it's like a Negro spiritual, like, you know, we got to come together, chant together. Do you think it can happen?
Black.
Do you think it can happen?
Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black.
Well, yeah, but, you know, I think maybe sometimes that's the problem. Rihanna said pull up, but in what fashion, Rihanna? Let us know.
Well, to be honest, all right, guys.
We should introduce ourselves.
I'm just saying, this Black History Month has been a little bit lackluster.
Lackluster? Why? Rihanna got the presidential award.
Well,
that's amazing. Do we even know what the presidential award was?
I don't even think they know what this is yet.
Exactly.
We gotta introduce.
Introduce
I was just so into the music. My fault, everybody. So yes, Monday morning we are back. Another episode of the Can We Not podcast, episode 85.
85 and feeling alive.
That's right. You gotta stop saying that. So
why?
You used that rhyme last time we was on a 5. So
we could use it again.
Mad words rhyme with 5, bro. Salam, come on. So
no, see, you're going negative.
Salam?
Black history. Yes.
Listen,
you know what that stands for?
What? All right.
Dude, that's why I asked.
Google's a thing, bro. Google. So, yes, episode 85 of the Can We Not podcast. We're back in the studio, so it's once again, shout out to City World Radio, shout out to Sky's Crescent Radio, shout out to Jade helping us out on the engineer board, shout out to Tone helping us out on every single... what is these? Cameras on. We got about 17 cameras on right now. We got all the cameras on. So shout out to everybody watching us on YouTube, all you commenters. We appreciate all the love. Anybody listening on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio,
Tidal.
Live 89 FM. That's right? Live 89. Live 89 FM, and we are streaming on there. Shout out DJ Infamous Amadeus. Yes, everybody where you're listening, no matter where you are in the world listening to us, it's appreciated. Yeah. And it's me, your host, the one and only, the Pod Piper, the Velvet Visionary himself. Some know me as Evan J. Others call me ASAP Nappy, but you guys can call me Evan Combest. Take that intro, didn't I?
Fuego.
And I got my co-host is here with me today. You know, some know him as the Cucumber Killer, but today, other know him as Akai Perry. Other people call him Akai Hardwick because he be going off. He be going ghost sometimes throughout the week. You can't find him.
Have to.
Other niggas know him as Moral Man. But he's
Only
Far
on The
Rockaway's finest. But today, we will be calling him Lakai Stanfield.
Thank you.
As in Lakeith Stanfield. Lakai Stanfield. And we got Must See TV in the building. Must See TV. We
Hey.
Hey, remember that sketch we shot that's on YouTube? We did like a Uber driver sketch. In it, I mentioned Must See TV.
You did?
Yeah.
Damn,
So I'm mad that it took us almost a year to realize that could be a possible nickname for me. But I'm glad to be here.
Of course.
Fuego.
Thank you. So, guys, without all the music and everything going on, how are you?
I'm great. Feeling good. I feel bad I didn't see the photograph yet because that was a great Lakai Stanfield. Okay. I like it. How was it?
Okay, I saw the movie. Tony, did you see the movie? The photograph yet?
No.
All right, she ain't.
Can we go watch this
Oh,
movie?
wait, yeah, that's a dope movie. It's the one with Colin Farrell's in the phone booth. and he
No,
gets shot up.
nope.
That's a dope one.
Tone with the reference.
Get the fuck out of here.
The photograph?
With
No,
Issa Rae and Lakai Stanfield.
I seen the movie 1 Hour Photo with Robin Williams, and he becomes like a psycho killer.
There's no more questions for Tone. No more movie questions. He'll kill us with his references.
Or we can just go on cinema therapy.
All right, yeah, shout out Cinema Therapy.
Yeah. You were speaking on Black,
I had to
like,
check
you know,
Jade. So okay, shout them out.
speaking on Black History
kings
Month, I
of
feel like we had some
cross-promo.
good stuff.
Yeah.
We had some great stuff this
Mhm.
Black History Month. It sounded like you were a little down, Evan.
Well, yeah, Black History Month was low-key trash this year.
Oh, see, we should celebrate it like it's Christmas.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of times we, as black people, we suffer through a lot. We persevere. So, unfortunately, within our culture, we tend to focus on the negative at times. Instead of, because like, look at we persevered through, so we tend to look back instead of looking forward because we still here. Because we don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. So we just continue to reflect on the shit that we've been through. And this month was rough. Also, yes, R.I.P. Pop Smoke.
Oh, yes, yeah. Yeah, that
R.I.P.
was
Pop Smoke. That boy was 20 years old.
it's crazy.
Too young.
Wow, that was just, you know why, you don't see it coming. We lost Kirby earlier this month, and just we felt lost, and we tried to come together and try to make the best out of what we can, and then to find out you lose another young, hopeful artist who just making his way in the music industry, who kind of had that feeling of New York coming back. Like, to me, Pop Smoke reminded me so much of 50 Cent with his cadence on songs and how he used his voice.
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of 50 Cent. So to see after his passing, to see how much he was actually connected with 50 Cent, like, really, like, that stuck with me a lot. Like, damn, you was, as much as you reminded me, like, he saw it, and, like, he even, in earlier interviews of Pop Smoke, you could see him saying that his biggest influence was 50 Cent. So just, like, for him to go out the way that he did in L.A., it was sad. So, hearts, prayers, condolences to everybody impacted, to his family, his mom. I know they're flying him out from L.A. to New York, to give their own respects and have a private service for him. So, just shout out to them and prayers and condolences with them. And throughout the week, I know we're going to have a service for Kobe Bryant and all of that. And, to try to make a joke in this situation, but not on them, speaking on the dead. Deyonte Wilder, did anybody see that fight?
Oh, damn.
Nigga got knocked out.
I didn't see it, but I saw the
Damn.
clips.
Yeah,
Nah,
it was,
I heard it was finger looking good.
When I say I saw the clips, I don't mean like Pusha T and
Boy,
and his
get the
brother,
Damn.
which I found out they aren't twins. But anyway, this fight was weird. I saw the clip. Dude licked his blood off his neck.
See?
What
yes,
was up with that?
yes, Tyson Fury licked. See, here's
What
nothing.
kind of vampire shit is that?
Deontay Wilder came into the fight popping mad shit. He was on his black excellence. He wore like a black diamond, Black Panther superhero suit with the cape on it. And like,
Damn, man, he should have waited till March to fight.
he came out with D Smoke rapping all his
D
black
Smoke?
D Smoke, the one and only.
from Rhythm
Yes.
and Flow.
No. D Smoke the rapper, nigga.
Yeah,
just put
from
out
the
an
show.
album. Yeah.
From-
Oh yeah, Rhythm and Flow. Oh, I'm thinking I don't watch that show.
Oh, you thought I meant Hustle and Flow?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Oh, no.
Yes.
No.
And
That's crazy. And then all that just to get knocked out.
he came into the no. We're not just gonna start there. We're not just gonna say just to get knocked out. You came out with D Smoke. You had he rapping the lyrics while you coming down. You got the superhero cape. You on your black excellence. You get in the ring, nigga. Beat the dog shit out of you for about 5-6 rounds. Started licking your neck. Your own man's had to throw in the towel to end the fight. And then homie starts serenading the crowd with music. He started going a cappella and
what?
started singing.
Okay, I didn't really
Wow.
see the fight. I just saw snippets of it on somebody's story.
And,
shout
the
out
thing
you.
about it, what sucks even more, was not only did he sing, in the post-interview, he was like, yeah, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I want to thank my wife. I
What
want
is
to
he,
thank...
Irish?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
He's Gypsy, yeah, whatever they call him, the Gypsy King.
Wait, that doesn't sound Irish.
I don't care, nigga. I'm not Irish.
Yo, here's a question. Who wanted the rematch more?
They both wanted it because I believe their last fight ended in a draw.
No, didn't Deyonte Wilder win the first
No.
one? Oh.
No, he did not win. He knocked him down towards the end. He was actually losing the fight, and he
Gotcha.
knocked him down. So it was kind of a lot similar to the Creed movie.
So there was
where,
a lot of hype behind it.
yeah, because
Oh,
this was a rematch of the century. So people
Right.
wanted to see Deontay Wilder win.
Dang.
But Tyson Fury was even saying towards the end of the fight, he figured out how to fight him.
So
'cause-
why that sound like the only black name, Tyson Fury?
I know, but he's white. White as hell. And he said it. He was like, oh, I kind of
Yeah.
know how to go into the fight. And going into the fight, he was like, oh, with Deontay Wilder is just really strong. He's not a good technical boxer. And Tyson Fury is a very good technical boxer. So going into that fight, he was very much in the moment going into it, beating the dog shit out of him. You're going to thank your wife. You're going to thank Jesus Christ. And then he was like, oh, yeah, I want to thank Deontay Wilder. You know, he's a good man. He fought a good fight. You know, he wanted to go down on his shield, you know, all that. Don't thank me. Don't beat my ass, lick my neck, then thank me, then start singing to the fucking audience. You want to fuck my wife, bro?
Wait, what? Wait, nah.
Did you hear the song he sang?
The last time I saw somebody singing in a boxing ring was when R. Kelly did the world's greatest music video.
Oh, okay.
no,
all
we're
right.
not- no.
All right.
I'm
Come
gonna-
on, Tone.
No.
Your reference game, but still, come on, man.
For your reference only, check out the podcast. Available nowhere.
Available nowhere. Hold on. I'm going to find this shit. I'm finding the video
Nah,
of this nigga
pull
singing,
that clip
of
up.
him singing.
Whip it out.
How that music used to make me smile.
What?
Sing along if you know the words.
Sing along.
Nobody's singing
I
along.
knew if I had no chance, I could make
You're not beating
How you win a boxing match and then decide to start singing Harry Connick Jr.?
The fact that you had the fucking energy to start singing.
For
If
real.
you fight me, you're not singing after
How
nigga.
many
You're not gonna have
rounds?
they win about 5-6 rounds.
But that's okay. You get tired because boxers do
Yes,
move
nigga.
around a
After
lot.
2 rounds, you tired as fuck.
You don't sing after sex?
No.
Why are you saying that so begrudgingly?
After 6 rounds?
6 rounds? That's how much you give him?
No. This man fought. We not going in the ring. Fighting me for 6 fucking rounds. And then have the energy to dance around, prance, and start singing a cappella to the audience.
Why? He was
That's
being
disrespectful.
free.
Nah, that's
He was being
disrespectful.
a
I gotta
free
shoot you in the
gypsy.
parking lot. You
What?
gotta get stabbed. I'm putting the
What?
suit back
Yo,
on,
why are
and we
you
fighting
listening?
for real now.
How bad was Black History Month?
It was terrible, man. That nigga, Jesus, he's bleeding out of his ear, and he licked his neck on some freak McNasty shit.
Evan,
What?
he lost. It happens.
And it was cool.
We
He was
gotta
like-
take the
He
L.
wanted to go down on his shield, but dude's bleeding out of his ear. Like, yo, we want you to live, so we throwing in the towel so we can
Aw.
fight again another day.
Yes.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna, bro.
Listen, he had the audience for so long.
And during Black
was-
History Month, you're not doing that,
What?
bro. You
Okay.
might as well.
Nobody really
Fam, he might
remembers
as well
Black
just put-
History Month anyway.
He should have just put the MAGA hat
My
on
man
and just
started
started
sing-
going.
Yo, my man started singing an Irish folklore.
Yes! That was a song from American Pie.
American Pie.
It's American Pie. Yeah. Yes, the song was American Pie. The song was
Yo,
American
Jade with the
Pie.
correction.
Thank you.
Straight from the Washington Post.
3-pointer for Jade.
Washington Post it up.
3-pointer for Jade. But yeah, the song was American Pie by who? Don McLean. Yeah, you got energy. No, it's disrespectful. if I fought you for 6 rounds, you better be out of breath. You better be like, yo, he almost killed me, but thank Jesus I got out of there alive.
Come on, man.
No, you're not fighting me like, yo, I got all the energy in the world. Who need help? We're not doing that. We're not doing that after you fight me.
It was uplifting.
Because then I'm going to the driveway and I'm going to the parking lot and I'm pulling out my, no, it's over for you.
Hey, you already stood your ground and now you're on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he going to be on the ground, all right?
No.
Yeah, we going to have that rematch. Ain't going to
You're
be no fucking
inciting
ring.
violence.
No, if
Stop.
that's the thing, see, imagine,
not do it.
imagine losing that fight. He licked your neck. You have niggas thrown in the towel. Like, you getting your ass beat so bad, your homies is like, no, please, stop. End the fight. You in the fucking ambulance because you got to go to the hospital because it's a TKO. And on your way out on this fucking stretch, you hear nigga,
We weren't there for the other 10 times,
nah,
so
you
why
better
we can't.
get me off this motherfucking stretcher.
Yo.
We going, or just end me now.
You are
He
seeing
died
this very...
on the way to the hospital.
Damn. No, wait. Is he okay? Is Deyonte Wilder
I don't
okay?
know.
What?
His pride is probably
We
damaged.
can't be saying all this stuff. This is going to be like, oh,
His
geez.
pride is, I don't know what
Kevin.
hurts more, his brain or his heart or his pride.
Right now, my heart hurts.
All right.
Shout out to Deyonte Wilder. I hope you are alive and well. Jeez.
You think he's going to box after this?
You know, if he would, first of all, if anything would have happened to him, TMZ would have broke the news before his family would have known.
Exactly.
Why
That's all they love
TMZ?
doing. They love doing that shit. Eventually there needs to be a law on that.
People want to cancel TMZ for all that they're doing.
I don't want to cancel, because here's the thing though, because it's not like TMZ just had people on site. They buy videos off of people.
Yeah.
People sell it to TMZ.
Of course, yeah.
So it's the culture of filming shit.
Anyone could sell. You could film
I know.
something on your phone and reach out to them and just say, "Hey,
I have some.
they got a social media team checking those DMs
Yes.
like crazy."
Yes. And that's what I'm saying. So it's really the culture of wanting to film things. Because when that video of Pop Smoke came out of his body on the stretcher, them getting him from his house to go to, like, come on. Like, imagine being his family member seeing that. Yeah, that was real. A video of the people coming to his house and getting his body out to go to the hospital, like, trying to resuscitate him. That, like, we don't need to see that.
Yeah.
So the culture of people wanting to film everything needs to, like, come on.
Well, also
Have some type of
there's two
respect.
sides to this argument, right? It's like TMZ's doing their job, but two, it's just like the question of journalistic integrity comes into play.
And what's really their job? You can report on the story without showing us the video.
That's true. I
I don't think anybody's going to be like, yo, I need to see.
But the thing is, we live in this world of instant
Of
gratification.
real time.
Like
instant
people want to,
gratification.
even though
They
it's
can't help
hurtful,
if it's there,
they want to see
yeah.
it.
It's like a car accident, driving by
Yeah.
a car accident. You can't help but
It's like, let's clickbait people. Like, here's the thing. If you got the Washington Post saying, here, read this long article that we wrote about it, but if TMZ's like, we got the video, you're going to be like, I kind of want to see the video.
yeah, you
though.
can't help but want to watch the video.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. People have to learn how to just stop the instinct to want to record.
They
Because if
caught
that
me.
video's not available, people can't watch it.
With the Kobe thing, they caught me. They're like, on Twitter, they're like, yo, here's video of
the
the
helicopter?
crash.
It
And, then
wasn't real?
I looked at it, and I was like, oh, man. But then I looked at the comments, and the people were like, this ain't the real video.
Yeah, it's not the real video.
It's another helicopter
But
crash.
That's what I'm saying. But if if it's available, you can't help but want to see it.
Of course.
But that's why I said the culture of filming very incredible private moments or just really hard. Like, we don't need to re-see that.
We should all throw away our cameras. Let's not film
Or
anything
just not,
anymore.
no, just don't film
It's
the
on
hardest.
everyone's phone.
Don't film the hardest moments of somebody else's life, because how would you feel if the hardest moments of your life was on video for display for everybody to see and for you to see and relive?
If it's me,
That's
lit.
traumatizing.
If it's me,
No,
lit.
that's the Truman Show.
Yeah, word. That man got his civil rights violated. No, but it was me. I'm okay with it.
Okay, I'm moving on. Jeff Bezos
Must see
donates.
TV. You must see this.
Jeff Bezos donated $10 billion to climate change.
What?
Yeah, man.
After
How does that work?
Y'all didn't notice that
after all those
cool in here?
fires,
You notice that the earth got a little bit cooler?
Wait, what? Yeah,
it's 57 today.
I'm wearing just a hoodie today.
The New York weather is very nice today. But yes, he
Yeah.
donated $10 billion
know.
to climate change,
To who did he donate it to?
to the world.
To like Mother Nature? How did he do? How does this work?
He just walked up to the tree. He's like, "Yo, cash or
He
credit?"
put the money on a tree. It was like, my service here is done. No, I think he. Let me see. I'm gonna pull up the exact.
What
story
if the
for you.
richest person in the world was just like an idiot? He just had $100
He
billion.
donated it to the Earth Fund.
So he put it in the earth. He just dug a hole. Was like, there you go.
Well, here's a picture in front of a glacier. He put it in front of a glacier.
You
Like,
said 10 billion or 10
Look
million?
at my
10
man,
billion.
Jeff Bezos, fucking it
10
up
10
in
billion.
Alaska.
Oh, he pledges.
Please.
Yeah.
Tell me where is he to take that picture? Like, and
I
just
don't
be
know,
like,
nigga.
yo, here.
I don't know.
How do you... We need to follow the money
We should,
and
but
figure out why.
10 billion. Look, the weather instantly got nicer.
No, I don't say
You better
that.
thank Jeff.
Don't say
You
that.
better thank Jeff. He donated the money on Monday. Look, it's Sunday, bro. Weather already nicer, bro. Nigga donated the money. The groundhog came out, was like, yeah.
Yo, wait, did you hear anything about the groundhog?
Yeah.
I kind of try to follow
You
this.
saw a shadow.
He did?
Yeah. So
Perfect.
so no, like, I think what's the opposite of not spring comes early?
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Because
Even though
I
nobody follows that.
am right by the bay. It is cold as hell.
Mm-hmm. So,
Sorry.
moving on again.
Okay.
We were talking about the photograph earlier. I didn't even give my real review of the movie.
What was it?
Since nobody else saw it, I'm just going to say it was an excellent movie. I connected with it personally. I feel like a lot of black people will connect to it personally. Without spoiling the movie is about repeating past mistakes and generational curses. So I love the storytelling aspect of the movie. I connected with it personally. I cried, and a great movie. Shout out to Issa, Ray, Lakeith Stanfield. Y'all did that fucking thing. Amazing movie. Go see it.
Would you see this movie with...
A woman
No.
or a date?
No. Your homie.
A homie? Nah. I don't want my homie see me cry
Why
like
not?
that.
Wait. You
I don't
want to
want my-
watch this with me?
No.
Come on, man.
Stephon tried to get me to see it with him. I was trying to tell him about the movie. He's like, yo, this shit sound mad good, bro. Let's go see it.
He looked like
Yeah.
he'd comfort you afterwards.
No, I don't need that. The funny thing
Why?
is, like, yo, this is such a great date movie. I disagree so wholeheartedly.
Really?
Yeah. I watched that movie, and I feel like a lot of people, it might lead to great conversation if you're with the right person who has the capacity to have that conversation
Hey.
during the movie. But watching that movie made me want to be alone, to be honest. I was like, fam,
What?
if I was on a date, I would have broken up. I would have ended things
Oh, no.
right then and there.
What movie, what other movie would you say is like a bad date movie?
That movie, Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind, 500 Days of Summer, those are bad date movies.
Nah, I feel like 500 Days of Summer would be a good date movie.
Nah, because that's an instant argument about who was right and who was wrong at the end of that movie.
No, perspective.
Exactly.
But it's always fun
But
to
if
play
y'all
with.
disagree,
If y'all
if you
have
personally
a
connect,
debate,
okay, but if
See,
you
there's
connect
a
with the
difference.
movie and that person disagrees with you and you already connected, so you have a deep, like, nah, this is right. And that person disagrees, like, nah, it's over. I'm not dealing with you.
That's bad. You gonna end it all over a movie?
Yeah,
Nah.
nigga. I've ended
said
things
that-
for less.
What?
Haven't you?
Have
Look
I?
at the camera.
We gotta break the fourth wall for it. Have I? Okay, what's less in your what's your definition of
Over
less?
less than a movie, less than disagreeing over a movie. So what's less? What's a lesser argument stance? So
She
something
took
less,
you to
less
bad
insignificant. Nah,
Okay.
I've disagreed over the principle of things and just the behavior of certain.
She
The
put you
behavior-
onto a sushi spot and you hated it?
No. I've never even gone to a sushi place with another woman on a date. I've never had sushi on a date. I'll say that.
Why?
Sushi's such a polarizing food. People either love it, hate it, or they only go about it a certain way, and I don't want that to ruin my experience. I
Oh.
like eating with an open mind.
Oh. Okay.
So
All
I
right.
like trying new things.
Hey.
But speaking of movies and arguments, Steven Spielberg's been having a real big argument in his household.
What, a new movie?
This nigga puts his headphones on.
Is it a new movie?
Yeah,
it's a new movie,
it's
right?
a new movie of sorts.
Yeah.
It's a movie
Oh,
of some
yeah.
sorts.
I'm about to
Is
look
it
it up.
Of a
must-see
certain
TV?
I'm
category.
about to look it up.
Must see. Well, that's all about, I guess, your personal taste, per se.
So Steven
Depending-
Spielberg's daughter is doing what?
Pornography.
What? Who's
Yep.
Steven Spielberg? No. I wanted to break up the setup because you got to just let me know why this is a thing. Why do we care?
What you mean, why do we care?
Why do we care?
I didn't even ask the question yet.
No. Okay. Steven Spielberg is getting brought up because his daughter is acting in pornography. I'm not sure what her reasoning is, but I did do a little more investigative journalism, and I went and saw that she is apparently adopted.
She's also hoping to land a job as a stripper once she obtains her sex worker's license.
So now, this is the thing. What's the news?
The news. He's disappointed and saddened by the news.
Why is he disappointed and saddened? That's ridiculous.
Well, as a parent, you feel like I've got so much
That's
money.
not-
No. There's nothing wrong with being a sex worker. Nothing wrong with that at all. I'm talking about as a parent, sometimes you could feel like, damn, I provided so much for you in the world so you could do anything, and you want to do something like this, which he may deem as like lesser than what her true potential could be. He's like, yo, you have so many resources and access to things. You can impact the world differently, and this is what you choose to do. So for a parent aspect, they can feel like, damn, my child isn't reaching their real potential as a parent. So that's where that goes. I can't speak for him. I don't know. And I feel weird talking about other people's kids, but this is an adult. This is an adult.
It is. They're both adults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Consensual adults. I just want to know, will we be watching the porn? That's all I want to know. Are we going to watch it? That was my question. It wasn't about caring. Are we going to watch it?
I mean, it's human curiosity, but
we just spoke about seeing the car crash.
I feel like, that's what everyone wants to do.
You don't want to watch it bust it open?
Now that you say that, nah, that sounds terrible.
Y'all don't want to see her bust it open? See what the little thing could do?
No.
You don't see her make her directorial debut? Debuuty? Debuuty?
Oh, jeez.
Directorial Debuuty? What's some Steven Spielberg movies? So
Jaws?
Oh, yeah, she got the...
Oh, jeez.
Can I just do this?
No.
Wait, hold on.
E.T.
Hey, wait a minute.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders of the Lost ass. Come on, give it to me. Feed me, bro.
The Photograph.
Hey!
You don't get away with this. Not for too long.
I was on a roll.
I'm off the bench.
You ready to pod?
Yes.
All right, hit me with a topic, bro.
All right, why am I broke? After Valentine's Day, I didn't do anything but take care of myself.
And you broke? You was loving yourself.
Is that really
No.
Whoo, stay woke. That was just a quick poem from... Oh, damn.
My fault. It was literally right above you.
Damn,
That's
man.
not what I meant.
Nah, it's all good.
All support.
World
Good.
War III.
Self-love.
I'm going back on the bench. All right. So I don't really agree with the whole, hey, all of this going extra parenting and putting it out on Front Street. I just wanted to touch back on that because I know Dwayne Wade is getting some flack over everything that's going on.
Man, that verse on that Rick Ross song was fucking trash. And Dwayne Wade, my favorite player to ever touch a basketball, and that fucking song is garbage.
There we go. But not a music podcast.
Not at all.
But do you think we should keep having these like issues with bars going back and forth? Because after this whole Pop Smoke thing, I think people were like seeing about like some kind of East Coast, West Coast kind of thing. I really wouldn't want something like that to pop
No, I don't want nothing like that. I just don't want Rick Ross to lay down a verse for D Wade and D Wade do his voice over it with all the Rick Ross ad-libs, but in D Wade's voice. It was just a Rick Ross verse in D Wade's voice. I think D Wade even said, at the end. Listen to this.
But this might be a single.
Ew! What?
He was trying. Ballin'! He was trying. He was trying. Woo.
She followed my fashion?
Woo.
Nope. Dwayne.
People just want to do
Dwayne.
things to do things. He's a creator.
Nobody's following your fashion.
That's fine.
You have a lot of heat coming on your
They
household
made
right
wine
now.
together,
His
him
house
and
is
Gabrielle
under-
Union, right?
Yes, and they have
Yeah.
a beautiful marriage
They
and a
have-
beautiful
they're trying
family.
things.
And their house is on fire right now.
Ooh, damn.
And this nigga decides,
To drop the hardest verse of 2020.
he's like, yo, I know I'm trying to support my family. Coming on Ellen. A lot of
He's
people criticizing me. Yo, Rick Ross, what we doing tonight?
Pen something for me real quick.
Exactly.
Please.
I need to take the heat off my kid. Well, if that's what he's
And
doing.
put the heat on wax.
If he's laying himself on the sword to
Yeah.
take the heat, then man,
I feel like that's what you should do as a father. At least that's what you should do. You gotta take up for the family name too.
yeah. And his jersey got retired too.
Hey,
So that
Damn.
definitely shout out to him. I watched that whole video. It was dope.
Mm.
And him doing that little speech. But
See, this is why I wish I followed basketball more, because I feel like there's such an attachment. You watch these people grow up and like literally just give themselves to a sport. You know,
it
like,
feels so weird, like just to watch his whole journey, NBA champion, all of that. But like I said, he's my favorite player. I was just highly disappointed with that verse. How whatever he does with his parents, I mean, as his parenting skills.
so
that's
you gonna
his
challenge
business.
him? You gonna challenge him?
To bar for bar?
Listen, I feel
Well,
like
Rick
the
Ross
both
can't
of
be
us.
invited
Why?
because I don't want Rick Ross writing your verses for you.
That's not fair.
I don't want to hear you rap, but then you rap like this
Ooh.
with an ad lib
Ooh.
in the back,
Kill him.
and you talk like this.
That's not fire to you?
I'm giving them fire. I'm giving them flames. But will they at the end, will they know my name? No, not.
Okay,
I don't want to
yeah,
hear that shit.
no,
It's garbage.
yeah.
Get that out of here. I just hate hearing niggas rap who don't need to be rapping.
Shout out my mixtape. It's coming out 3 weeks.
I don't want to hear it.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, it's weird. Everybody, you know what's so funny about the whole thing of everybody giving him flack
Yeah.
with his whole daughter coming out as transgender? Like the boozy thing.
Oh, yeah, he can't go back to Planet Fitness.
Yeah, which is so weird because he made his comments at the gym. He worked out
Yeah,
at Planet
so
Fitness.
yeah, too
And
bad.
then the nigga came back and was like, yo, they not letting me in Planet Fitness no more because what I said. Man, we boycotting Planet Fitness. I'm
They
like,
got roaches.
Boozy. No,
He's-
the roaches got their tax money. We are not boycotting. They are not hanging
They
out
file
in Planet
quarterly.
Fitness.
They file quarterly.
They're not hanging out in Planet Fitness, and we're not boycotting Planet
They're
Fitness.
crunching
because
numbers
you
and
can't go.
abs. Yeah.
But I'm not boycotting Planet Fitness because Boosie can't go. That's not our problem, my dude. You said
What
nobody.
is our problem?
Nobody told him to say that.
Okay, no, but he seems like he's really amped up over the whole situation. What? No. Why do you have a picture of gold roaches?
Because they got their tax money. You think these gold roaches is hanging out in Planet Fitness, my nigga?
You know what? As soon as I get famous, I'm going to get a chain, and it's just going to be roaches.
It's going to be gold roaches.
Gold roaches.
But yeah, I mean, you can't parent other people's kids. You can't. That's why
You
on this
can't.
podcast, I don't speak on other people's kids.
You can't.
It feels weird. And I don't know what possessed him to like, I'm going to do something about it. I got to say something, man. Don't cut his dick off, dog. Come on, man. It's like, nobody said that, bro. Why you jumping out the window
True,
with that?
true,
You
true.
you added that. You put that in there. All they said was, my daughter says she identifies as a woman, and we are supporting that. And
He
everybody
asked for a
jumped
play
out the
date.
window.
They was like, nah. I was like, yo, that's messed up. Let me go back to the pod and report it. I mean, I still feel bad that, you know, so many people are up in arms over, like, what is one family situation. But at the same time, when you speak to these things on a broader perspective and more open public, you're inviting all this. So,
That's why you're not. Yeah, I get it. You speak publicly, but people just gotta learn. Like I said, just etiquette, man. You can't speak on other people's
Yeah.
kids. What goes on in their house is they fucking business. We can't be. It feels weird because you're talking about kids like talking about people who really can't defend themselves because they don't really know.
that too.
So it's weird to talk about kids. But did we donate money to that little 9-year-old who got bullied?
What little 9-year-old that got? See, this is why I don't go
The dwarf?
online.
You didn't see the thing about the
I
little
went on
dwarf
Twitter for like
9-year-old
2
that got
minutes,
bullied?
and then I saw something, but then I also saw like people were like, "Wait a minute, he said the N-word."
Yeah.
Wait, what? What is the story?
Okay.
Please,
For context.
please.
A video surfaced online of a little 9-year-old dwarf crying, or what appeared to be what was framed as a 9-year-old dwarf crying because he was bullied at school. So that video starts going viral. I don't understand why parents put a phone to their crying kid's face and upload it to the internet. That's like I said, you can't tell people how to parent. You can get your point off without videoing your kid crying about it, but you want other people to see the damages of it. So people felt guilty. Brad Williams, the comedian, who's also a dwarf, decided to open a GoFundMe for them. He wanted to raise money for them to go to Disney World. People donated well beyond what he wanted for them, so that they believe they raised over $20,000 for them to end bullying, end dwarfism, go to Disneyland. All three
And
in one.
dwarfism?
I don't know.
Nah.
I don't know. But
Can we
it was over $20,000.
start the GoFundMe now? Can we not GoFund?
Brad Williams
Go.
says it's going to be investigated. You know, want to make sure the money goes to the right people.
Brad Williams used to be investigated for that shit. He said, "Bring it up."
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's why he did it. Brad Williams
To get the heat off of him.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, Brad Williams said some real crazy shit.
What did he say?
He said something alluding to rape, right? Him raping women.
A while back, he
What
was
the
on this
hell?
podcast, and he told a story about possibly having a non-consensual sex with a woman. Yeah, but it was old. But then he tried to come out and say, "Nah, I was just kidding. I just said that story to sound cool in
Nah.
front of my boys." So we don't know what's up, but people seem to have just forgotten about it.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna find it. I'm looking it
It's
up
funny
right
because
now.
he's short, but we're the ones with short memory spans.
Oh my goodness. Because we
Age
want
of
everything
spin.
instantly.
The
Hey,
age of
there you go.
spin.
Age of spin.
I know, but it was weird. I'm trying to find that video. But yeah, how do you feel about that, Akai? The whole
No.
thing about the 9-year-old dwarfism, and then people coming out questioning if he's even 9 years old because he's a dwarf, because they saw Instagram photos of him flaunting money, the videos of him saying the N-word, but people saying, you know, he is 9. He was on the news 4 years ago when he was 4 years old. He could have been 14, but he's 4 years old, and he's half black, so he could say the N-word, but the way he said it doesn't sound like the way black people say the N-word. But people have a lot of opinions. I don't need to hear yours.
Yo, first of all, I want y'all to know that this little kid, he looks like Krang from Ninja Turtles.
What?
That's what he looks like. There's a big debate on Twitter. Half the people are saying that he's really 9 years old. Half the people are saying we all got finessed and he's 18 years old. I don't know what to believe.
That's why
I
would
just don't
say
understand why
more
people send money
research.
as if that's going to end bullying.
It's not.
If you don't like this whole thing of whether or not he's racist or he's 18, just stop sending your money because you felt bad when you watched the video of him crying. Just don't send money.
I didn't even see the video of him crying. I just saw like.
I did. It's like 6 minutes long.
See, this is the thing. There's people that can be outside of the loop or right on the pulse, and there's gonna be two sides. It's gonna be like, who really
Oh
is
no,
going
it's
to
$300,000.
300,000? Nah, that's fucked up.
Said
That's fucked up.
comedian Brad Williams raises $300,000 to
What?
send bullying victim Quaden Bales to Disneyland.
300,000 isn't stopping like any type of bullying. If anything, you're gonna get bullied more for going to Disneyland off of 300,000. That's
Facts.
crazy. How? What? What?
And then photos of his Instagram
No.
came up.
Man's is fresh. Are those Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
No, that's money.
Oh,
That's
those are.
Australian money.
That's what.
He's Australian. And also, I went to my connect. I talked to some people who live in Australia. They's like, yeah, racism is actually really, really like strong and common in Australia. People are wild racist.
But I mean,
Because that happened before, where people gave money to some kid who was getting bullied, and he found out him and his family was mad racist. Like, just stop sending money for bullying. Stop sending money. Just stop.
Cash App.
Keep the money in your pocket.
Well, I don't know. I think it just shows people's nature.
Viewers' guilt.
Viewers' guilt, yeah, definitely. We're all watching television through our phones now, so shit. Can you blame us?
Yes.
I send $1 for trees.
Okay.
Anytime
nice.
I go to Panda Express, I just give in the extra $1. It goes to the children's hospital.
So they say.
Oh, don't say that. Don't take that from me, Evan.
No, it's weird because when I saw that thing earlier about whatchamacallit, there was something that was like, oh, you know, when these stores, when you go to a store and they ask you to donate to these funds, like, you're not really donating. You're just giving them the money so they could donate, so that way it's a tax write-off for them. So that way they're not actually donating the money.
Get them.
It's weird.
Sorry, CVS.
Or my
And Panda
local,
Express.
or your local grocery market.
You're not
Want to
getting
give
it
$1
anymore.
to St. Jude's? No, you give the fucking $1 to St. Jude's, my nigga. Don't take my money and donate it on your behalf.
This guy's good.
Whatever. Next topic.
Can we not?
Snoop Dogg's going on the Red Table Talk.
Is he?
Yeah, that just happened. As of us airing it, the video's probably out, so let's act like we saw it.
Word.
Whoa,
He's
yo.
speaking on his
Snoop,
comments to Gayle King. Yo,
I'm glad
man,
he referenced that, and I'm glad he changed his ways.
I just love the fact that black people are going to the Red Table Talk to clean up their image.
That is rather good. Yeah.
I love it. Black people going to black people.
Yes, that's how it needs to be.
Yes,
yeah,
I love that.
That's exactly how it needs to be. Shout out Black Empowerment and Black Therapy. Yo, seriously, I do appreciate that there were some great moments in Black history this year. So, can we at least acknowledge one?
Yeah, go ahead. What's up?
Rihanna's birthday has passed. Thank you, Rihanna. Not only is she Bayesian and amazing, but she got the presidential award. Does anyone know what the presidential award?
At
Tone,
the
do you know?
NAACP Awards.
Yes.
Yes, the presidential award at the NAACP Awards.
Why isn't this something that's more televised?
It was on BET. What are you talking about?
BET? We need to have this on ABC.
That's the only channel that the NAACP Awards come on. I want to see it on BET. Let the money be black.
Well, yeah, but you know what? I feel like it should also be made readily available. Why don't we have something like that?
I'd rather start small.
Start small.
Yeah,
Hey,
with
okay.
our own economics. Start there, and then we grow out and branch out to other things. Let it be licensed on ABC, so that way they have to pay us for it. Yeah, something like that.
No.
But yeah, go ahead. With Rihanna's speech, go ahead.
Yeah, no, Rihanna's speech. She gave an amazing speech. I only saw maybe like snippets of it though. I didn't see like the entire speech.
It's like 3 minutes long, so I'm not gonna play it. But the ending of it, what she spoke on. Can you speak to that?
No, because I don't remember it.
She spoke on saying that our problems are everybody's problems. Racial issues are everybody's issues because these people like to borrow from our culture and take part in our culture. You have black friends. We have friends of all different sexes and races. So when you see these people have problems, those are friends. Those are our family members. So we should treat their problems as our own. So pull up when we have problems. That was I'm paraphrasing, but it was something to that effect. That was what she spoke on. So it was a wonderful speech. It just spoke. I just love seeing Rihanna in that light too. Because a lot of people like, yo, where's the album? Where's the album? Where's the album? It's like, nah, she's multi-talented. She can do other things. So I love seeing her in that light. It was really dope just to see her like, nah, I can do this too. And we don't get to see her speak that often. You get to see her have fun. You get to see her be Rihanna.
Well, I mean, I'd hope she is Rihanna.
But to see her be Rihanna though.
Okay. All right. All right.
You want to hit a relationship topic?
I see. We're retired. You're retired.
Yes, I am.
I haven't put any thought into like starting anything new. What are we gonna give the people?
The video of the guy getting the gift from his girlfriend.
Oh, well, that I can expound on. Okay, so
give the people context.
Valentine's Day gift. A queen gives out a gift to her significant other. The significant other receives a gift, and it is a rental property instead of the Rolex that he asked for.
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, now I understand the disdain, but I will not play devil's advocate this time. That is a bad gift. It's not what he wanted. It's not what he wanted. He asked for one simple thing, a Rolex. The rental property is probably just as much, if not more, and it's more management. So I'm just saying, it's a bad gift. It's not thoughtful.
So let's speak on bad gifts.
Mm.
Because think
Or
about
lack
how the
thereof.
guy, that too.
No.
Lack of gifts in general. So, judging the guy's reaction.
No, I got gifts.
Yeah, I didn't. So good for you.
Damn.
I appreciate you. No, you had great relationships. That these were decent human. Like, the way you spoke on the last week of like, nah, I can't believe people are this indecent to not even give a fucking gift. So, thank you.
I'm sorry.
What you call it? Yeah, the video, the guy getting the gift, his reaction to it. Can you speak on that? Was it the right reaction when you don't get a good gift? Because how do we react when you get a gift that you didn't really want, especially when you ask for something?
I feel like, hey, you know what? Thank you. No, I'd at least say, hey, this is thoughtful. Of course. It wouldn't be like, oh, fuck.
But if you didn't ask for it, you specifically asked for something else.
I mean, it's life. I don't have to give my way all
But
the
if you're
time.
disappointed, how do you express that to your partner? If you're disappointed with them.
Before, it would still be like, eh. I mean, if I'm getting like maybe like a gift that I didn't ask for, I'm gonna be like, yeah, okay. That happens.
So, would you not bring it up at all?
No,
Or do you
I'd bring it
up
up.
later, or do you bring it up in the moment?
I bring it up right there in the moment.
Okay, so how do you go about that?
Be like, yo, listen, this is what I really wanted, but it's all good.
So kind of like in the way how he did.
Nah, he looked like a little more upset. He was like, yo, nah, this is what I'm fucking wanted.
Yeah, he didn't police his emotions. He emoted how he felt in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go. Let's right here.
Yeah.
Boom. You get a gift or not a gift. You don't get what you want
Mm-hmm.
in front of your partner.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about what goes in our head. Because are we gonna start that argument? Are we gonna really do this? Are we gonna go back and forth? Are we gonna? How do you get into it?
I felt like I found myself going back and forth. That was definitely like a way I went, at least. I know it's not policing your emotions within that emotion, but that's where you're like getting the chance to at least say, you know what? Okay. Reflect. But I feel like in relationships, especially if you're like really close, you don't get that time to really reflect. Because it's like you're either in your head with a relationship or you're outward with a relationship. And those two worlds, like sometimes it's hard to balance that. So I feel like, I don't know, it's like sometimes we act selfishly from a relationship. I definitely found myself doing that. And that definitely made a lot of my emotions get unpoliced. And I'm like, nah, I really have to get the chance or the time to like actually sit down and reflect with myself. But in a relationship, especially if you're close, it's hard to do that. Real hard.
Yes, it is harder to do it, and there is a way of going about it. But at the same time, I feel like people should be allowed. It's like, because I try to think about it from the other person's point of view. It's like if I disappointed my partner, how would I want them to react? And even that sounds wild to me because it's like, wait a minute, I should police how they react? Or am I allowed to have a say in how they are allowed to react?
I don't know. I mean, it's like if you can really speak to something like that, I feel like it's more perspective. If you're looking at someone and you're saying, well, damn, there's probably a chance that this is, like we speak on it every other episode, toxic behavior. If it's toxic to them, and we can knowingly see that it's toxic to them, do we actually act? It's like the fight or flight kind of like scenario.
Are you saying like how we act is toxic to them?
No, if we see what they're doing is toxic, you know?
Yeah, if we see what them doing is them trying to say, okay, but
why can't like that behavior? Like I'm saying, is that something we can't not speak on?
Yeah,
can
let's
we not?
do it. No, I'm doing
but
it.
Is that something we should be doing? It seemed like you were going another way.
No, I'm talking about like the idea of like you reacting, you being disappointed with your partner, and you being honest in your emotional reaction to that, and them trying to police and being like, okay, but you ain't have to do all that. Well, who are you to say that you have a say in how I react? Like, that's what I try to bring it to. Like, the whole thing of like, all right, I'm allowed to react. You're the same way you're allowed to react, and you don't have to police it. And that kind of goes to the whole thing of like with Snoop Dogg on Red Table Talk and Jade is speaking on like, when you said that to Gail, I felt like you took power and connection away from me. Like, you know, and I understand that when you speak on a public platform, you're affecting everybody who's watching. You're not just speaking to the one person. But in the moment, Snoop Dogg was grieving and reacting from a place of this deep hurt. So he tried to put that on the other person, and it muddied the whole conversation. I get that. But sometimes you got to understand, as a culture, people are allowed to grieve. There's no handbook on grieving.
This is true. But when you look at like a situation like Kobe, I would say a lot of people...
Or just a close friend passing.
Yeah, or a close friend passing. Like, a lot of people felt that same kind of...
Yeah, that anger and animosity.
Yeah.
And so when somebody speaks ill on somebody you were so close to, you try to... you know, reflect that and bring that same negativity towards them, which isn't right. But I feel it's weird to even tell a person, man, that ain't right. Because in the moment, it's like, yeah, looking back, you can be like, yeah, I was wilding. But in the moment, are you going to be able to catch yourself still? If something like that happens, you're going to be able to catch yourself. And in relationships, if you're disappointed with your partner, you should still be allowed to speak freely in how you feel in that moment. How you deal with your own emotions is on you. So as a partner, if I'm dealing with somebody and they're disappointed with me and they wild out on me and I feel like they went too far, I'm not going to be like, yo, you got to feel like, no, I'm going to assist them in how they manage their emotions. I'm not going to tell them how they reacted was wrong. I want to help them going forward. So just telling a person how they reacted was wrong isn't enough. You got to be there to support them or try to give them the tools on how to properly, deal with their emotions if you feel like the way that they deal with their emotions is wrong. Instead of just being like, you ain't had to say all that. No, let's go into why they feel like they had to go to all of that.
Unpack it.
Yeah, let's unpack it and let's
Yeah.
help it. And especially with men, sometimes we do feel like we don't get to be emotional in relationships because we have the role of being the leader. We have the role of being, never let them see you shake.
Yeah.
Never let them see you worry.
Mm.
So, I posted it on my story earlier, so I do want to just repeat it earlier. I just want to repeat it here. Relationships aren't a one-way street. You are not obligated to stay with the woman who expects you to make her happy and support her dreams, but doesn't do a damn thing for you, King. The world doesn't just revolve around women. Protect your peace all of the time. You got to do that. You got to be able to protect yourself and be able to have your own. It's equal. It's even exchange.
Well, that's how it should be. I mean, especially if we're all connected as people. Like, I would say the biggest thing that we have going in this generation is that we're all connected. We have things in our hands to be able to connect us to other people around the world.
And people don't realize that all the time.
But that's why we have to reassess perspective. That's what we're not getting the time to reflect on. We got to also give ourselves time. So, especially when you're in a new relationship.
No, a fact. Like, earlier today, somebody told me, a wise person hit me up and told me, he was like, yo, women have been fooled by Hollywood to have been conditioned to think that a man has to be all about them. It's 50-50. Give and take. Women got this heliocentric theory in their head where they believe that the whole world revolves around them when they are really part of a system where everything revolves around everything. Everything is connected. So I want to make sure that...
Like some shit Lauren Hill would say, everything is everything.
But yeah, I just want to echo that. Like, everything is connected. Everything doesn't revolve around you. So if you give a person a gift and they wild out on you, don't make it about you.
Mm-hmm.
Your partner. They are speaking from a place of hurt and disappointment. You got to be able to take that in. And if you feel like it's too much, unpack it. You got to be able to help each other.
Yes.
It's your partner.
Yes, mutual.
So-and-so.
Mutual.
Because as men, because we got a few minutes left and we got to go. So, I've been in situations where I felt like my toxic behaviors have shown up. Watching the photograph, I saw it on the screen. Yo, that's me. Those are my toxic behaviors. And I had to self-reflect on those moments. I thought back in the relationships, when those moments came up, my partner just kind of like, I'm out. They just left. When you see a person's evil side or their darkest traumas resurface, people just tend to abandon them. And that's cool. That's cool. You're not obligated to stay. The world isn't fair. And you're not obligated to deal with other people's trauma. But you shouldn't try to make them feel like they're wrong for it. That's even worse.
Yeah, no, that is.
I've had moments where people, like, took my traumas and turned it on me. It's like, what are we doing?
But then it's like, are you really speaking to it to the point where it's actually getting unpacked all the way, or is it still kind of keeping them at bay? Because sometimes I feel like that's something that is taken away from reflection. Like, we're not getting enough time to reflect and look back and say, okay, this is how it got to this point, and this is how it's affecting this other person, but am I really giving them everything? Am I giving them my perspective?
Well, sometimes it's hard to, I guess, to articulate that from yourself. So it's just that self-reflection and being able to identify that in the moment when a person is speaking from a place of trauma, when they're hurt, or just being big or emotional, just in general. You got to understand where that emotion comes from. And if you don't understand where that emotion comes from, ask your partner, hey, where does that come from? Why do you think you do that? Or just try to help them understand themselves more. Because then that's why I feel like, to me, why I'm retired. Just to end on this note, that's why I'm retired. People aren't really real in relationships. They just want to be in relationships for the look of it, for the aesthetic of it. They don't want to understand the real commitment and work that it takes to maintain and build in a relationship of helping another fucking person. Of like, oh shit, this person has real trauma. Let me help you with that. That's the when you get to that part of a relationship, that's the hard part. And the choice of being there for that person is what makes a commitment. And when that's not met, people will just leave. So next time when you people want to be like, oh, I want to be in a relationship, it's all cute and dandy, think about that. When it gets to that part, are you willing to stick it out? Are you willing to make that choice? Are you willing to help that person? Because that is your quote-unquote partner. Are you going to treat them like a partner? Or are you just going to treat them like an asset and leave them when it gets hard?
Through sickness and health?
That's marriage, but...
I mean, that's what it sounds like.
But hey, what are we working towards? But whatever. That's where we got to end it off. I would love to leave that in the hands of everybody else. Any last words, Akai?
Shout out Black Generational Wealth.
That's a fact. I'm gonna on Spotify. Y'all not gonna hear it. I'm editing in the song, and then after that, I'm ending it off. But until then, it's been episode 85. Shout out City World Radio. Shout out Skies Crescent Radio. Shout out Tone. Shout out everybody helping us. We gonna see y'all niggas next week. Episode 86. Woo!